Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In today's video, my friends, we are going to be checking out the performance of Fort Solis on Radeon RX 6600 GPU. Now first, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be telling you the system specs that I'm using today, and that is a Ryzen 5 3600 paired with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, and the Radeon RX 6600 is at stock clocks. Everything is just at stock. I've just adjusted some fan curves just to make the GPU run a little bit cooler because I care about my GPU and I don't want to break it. Okay, so let's just go ahead in the graphical options and see what we're running at currently. I've disabled motion blur and film grain because that just makes the game look bad in my opinion, and FSR2 is turned off. In the advanced graphical options we can see that everything is at maximum, which is high in this game. Alright, so at 1080p without FSR2 at high, everything maxed out. There is some issue with this game. When the shadows are at high, only the shadow quality is at high, sometimes the game just stops working. It just the FPS just drops to half. Maybe just is a limit with the VRAM, because right now as you can see we are using close to 7.6 gigabytes of VRAM. So maybe sometimes when the game asks for more VRAM, then what happens is the game just stops working and it just halves the frame rate. So whatever the reason is, we're going to be checking out more graphical options in a while, but first of all let's just start counting the FPS. Alright, as you can see it's close to 30 FPS without FSR2. So this is another Unreal Engine 5 game, and I hope you know that all of the Unreal Engine 5 games in 2023 have been like this. They don't perform good on native resolutions, and you have to use some kind of a FSR2 or DLSS or any upscaling technology in order for the game to work normally. So this is the same case with this game. If you want to play this game at a playable frame rate, as you can see right now it's close to 30 FPS, 27 FPS average. So in my opinion lower than 30 FPS is unplayable. So I'm going to go ahead and immediately turn on FSR2 on quality. Let's just apply that. Alright, so as you can see immediately, let me just start counting the FPS again, and we are in the 40s now, higher 40s, 49 FPS average, 47, and even look in here where we were before, it's the same, the FPS is higher. So it's the same case with this game. If you want to play this game at a playable frame rate in any GPU, you have to go ahead and use FSR2. And looks like these doors are not opening. Something's wrong here. You have to look there. What happened? Nothing here. Okay, so yeah, 45 FPS average as you can see guys, 50 FPS right now. Yeah, so with upscaling technologies the game becomes playable, but without it, at least on maximum settings, the game is in my opinion not playable on this GPU. Let's just move forward.
Looks like I'm climbing for now. Well, the lift out.
By the way, the game looks really amazing.
Who's a cool kid?
It looks amazing, and I wish the same could be said regarding the performance, but it looks amazing. I think it has nanite and virtualized geometry and everything. So that is why I mean this is the norm coming in 2023, and we got huge stutters now. Maybe it's loading something. Overall the frame time graph, as you can see, is good, but it stutters after a short while. Those 1% and 0.1% lows don't paint a good picture actually. So they need to continue up with the patching of this game somehow, and I just pressed the right buttons. What is happening? They need to continue patching this game, and I think they will be able to fix this game. It has some issues. They need to fix the performance. FSR2 kind of looks a little bit blurry in this game. It's not sharper than the native image. So, I mean, if you want to get playable FPS, then
I'll head over to the atrium, see if anyone's home.
I think you gotta use. Oh, now the FPS is dropping on FSR2 a lot. And as you can see, the GPU usage is also dropping down. 86 watts, 87 watts. So there is some patching to be done for this game. They need to optimize it for the GPUs.
Certainly doesn't look welcoming.
And I think that's it for FSR2. Let's just go on ahead and load on the settings. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disable FSR2 first. And then I'm going to go to the advanced and I'm going to enable default settings. Alright, so as you can see, default settings is a mixture of high and medium for this GPU at least. Maybe they have some other settings that they use for other GPUs, but for this GPU the default becomes like a mixture of high and medium settings. And now we're again in the 40 FPS, but the GPU usage is still not maximum. It's still 98%, but 88 watts of GPU usage, 88 watts of power usage, which is not maximum. The maximum for the GPU is 100 watts. So there is 10% headroom for the GPU not being used while playing this game. Why did you turn around? Okay. So with default settings, the game still looks amazing. It still looks very good. I mean, it's nanite and everything, so it looks amazing. Okay, let me just go ahead and enable now. As you can see, 43 FPS average, and let's just enable. Okay, so the whole time FSR2 was enabled. That is stupid. So whenever I change the graphical settings to default, it just makes everything default. Alright, so now let's go ahead and disable FSR2. I mean, as we just checked out the performance. So with FSR2, it was giving us 43 FPS outside. Now inside again, the FPS is higher.
Your comms just went local. Please tell me you didn't remove your helmet.
You know I don't like to wear it all the time.
Okay, so this is without FSR2. Let's just check it out again, if I'm correct, because this game is acting weird. Yeah, FSR2 is disabled and everything else is on default. At 1080p resolution, film grain and motion blur is turned off.
Actually removed it on site.
And we are getting
Levels are stable.
48, 49 inside the space station.
We're gonna pretend you're wearing yours.
Sometimes the frame rate is going higher,
I knew it.
sometimes it's lower.
To a lockdown alert.
Yeah, and huge stutters again.
The backup generators power more than just the lights, you know.
I think this is due to lighting changing in the room. Alright, so we just got a drink. I think there is native TAA in this game, because yeah, moving objects are also having trails on the native resolution in this game. There is some trailing behind objects. I think the TAA implementation in this game is not that good also. Alright, I think that's enough for without FSR2, and let's just go ahead and turn the settings down to all of them to medium now. FSR is turned off again, and let's just start counting the FPS again. Alright, so close to 60s and sometimes 47, 51. When looking at the tree, this tree, where we get lower FPS and the GPU usage drops down. I think no, it doesn't drop down, it stays the same. Alright, that's it. I think this game needs a lot of optimization, and it's not performing satisfactory even. 40 FPS is kind of playable, but I prefer close to 60 being very playable. So let's on the medium settings, all of medium settings without FSR2 even, you cannot get close to 60 FPS. Let's enable FSR2 now and see if we get any improvement. I think no, there is no improvement. Is the game even applying FSR2 at this point? Let me just try and restart the game, guys. As you can see right now we're at 38 FPS and with FSR2 medium settings. So I'm just going to try to restart the game and we're going to come back and see if it is an issue with the game restart. Alright guys, so I've just gone ahead and restarted the game again, but it looks like the game is applying the settings correctly when I'm changing it in the menu while it's running.
Would you look at that?
Is that directed at me?
They still use i5 nodes?
But it's still, I don't know, there is something wrong with this game or something, because changing the graphical settings and enabling FSR2 is not causing the frame rate to fluctuate or change a lot. So what I'm going to do is now disable FSR2, go to advanced and turn everything to low. Alright, so this is the lowest graphical options that we can go at right now. Yeah, 28, 25.
Hell of a storm on the way.
I think looking at this scene, this is broken. This scene is totally broken. This is on low settings. Everything is on low. And FSR2 is disabled. As you can see, 21 FPS. As soon as I turn around and look elsewhere, it becomes it becomes a little bit playable, not fairly playable. More than 40 and close to 60 is fairly playable. I would say this scene is broken. Alright guys, so I think that does it for today's video. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We have new content coming for new games every day or every other day. So I know that many of you who are watching this video are not subscribed still, so I would encourage you to subscribe and see in the future videos which games we check out and how do they perform. So that's it for today. I hope to see you soon again. Bye bye.